Small talk isn't really about what you say. For the most part, it's about making the other person feel like a real human being, not some Sims character waiting for input. You don't need cheat codes, scripts, or even charisma. The only thing you need to master, is active observation. Yes, it might sound like something a nerd would say, but hear me out. Active observation is about focusing on the person in front of you, like they're the only thing that exists in that moment. Not their vibe, not their aura, but the actual tangible details. Their shirt, their drink, or how they keep glancing at the clock, like they'd rather be somewhere else. You notice these details, and then comment on them in a way that invites, rather than demands, a response. That's it. Honestly, I could stop here. But let's dive a little deeper. Why does this work? First, people love feeling seen, not in a cringy, "you're so deep and mysterious" way, but in a simple, "hey, I noticed you exist" kind of way. It's basic psychology. We're hardwired to crave acknowledgement. Second, it's disarming. When you make an observation, you're not pressuring the person to perform. You're not hitting them with, "So, what do you do?" or "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Instead, you're just tossing a ball their way to see if they want to throw it back. An example. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and the person next to you is holding a book. Most people would ask, "What are you reading?" because they think it's polite. Wrong. That's pressure. You're asking them to explain, justify, or summarize. Instead, say something like, "That book looks like it's been through a lot." Boom. You've made an observation. That's neutral, but interesting. Maybe they'll laugh and say, "Yeah, it's my third time reading it." Or maybe they'll reply, "It's awful, but I'm determined to finish it." Either way, you've started a conversation without making them feel like they're being interviewed. Or let's say you're at a party, every introvert's worst nightmare, and someone walks by with a plate of questionable-looking food. Instead of hiding in a corner, you could say, "Is that the chicken? Looks like it fought back." You're not just asking a question, you're making an observation, and you're doing it in a way that invites humor. The versatility of active observation. Active observation works everywhere. Work meetings, first dates, family gatherings, you name it. It's flexible, simple, and best of all, it shifts the focus off you. You don't need to be charming or witty, you just need to notice things and point them out. How to practice. Start noticing details. Put your phone away, take out your headphones, and pay attention to your surroundings as if you're the main character in a detective show. What are people wearing? What are they doing? Are they fidgeting, checking their watch, or scrolling on their phone? Turn observations into comments. Don't overthink it. Stop worrying about sounding weird. People don't care as much as you think they do. For example, if someone's wearing a bright yellow jacket, you could say, "That's a bold color choice. I like it." Get comfortable with silence. Not every observation will lead to a conversation, and that's perfectly fine. The goal isn't to force anything, it's to give people the chance to engage. Why it's more effective than you think. When was the last time someone genuinely noticed something about you and mentioned it in a non-awkward way? Probably not recently. Most people are too caught up in their own heads to pay attention to others. When you do it, it's like a glitch in the matrix. People notice because it's so rare. Final thoughts. Small talk isn't about impressing people or proving you're interesting. It's about noticing, commenting, and letting the conversation flow naturally. The more you practice, the easier it gets. It stops being a chore and starts feeling like a fun little game, a way to discover something new about the people around you. So, next time you're standing in line for coffee, look at the person in front of you. What are they wearing? What are they holding? How are they standing? Pick one thing, make a comment, and see what happens. Worst case, they don't respond and you move on with your day. Best case, you've just made a connection. How often do you engage in spontaneous and casual conversations? Write in the comments, I'd be interested to read. Do you find it easy to do?